Hello and welcome to the North Bank. Richard's got his glasses on, and so this is destroying it because we've got the beautiful Seema, and she doesn't wear sunglasses that big. But thank you, Richard. We'll duck around you. We'll duck around you. This has been put together at the last minute, so we absolutely do apologise. But the beautiful Seema,
Hello.
how are
You?
you?
I'm
good.
good. How are you? And thank you very much for my lovely top.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you. I love it.
You look good in it as well.
Thank you.
You look good. It's just pity for these sunglasses that Richard's got on the go.
I know. Can't you take them off?
Absolutely zero idea how to do that whatsoever.
Switch the cameras.
Did you know what? I can't even do that because he's set up on his phone. That's
there we
better.
go.
But a bit smaller, but a bit smaller. So let's get into it. Seema, it's going to be a shorter show because I'm just back from the Emirates. I'm exhausted. You were there, and I got to meet you in person, and your beautiful son Sai, which was lovely. Team lineups came out. Seema, what was your thinking?
Yeah, I was like, wow, I love it. Absolutely love it. All these new names, and I was really excited about it.
No Declan Rice, and you were actually okay with it?
I was actually okay, yeah, because I was like, well, one, he needs to rest because, he played for England and stuff. So, and more importantly, we would need him 2 weeks over a week down the road against City. So I rather he would have been, he was rested. He did come on in the second half, but at least it was in the 77th minute. But yeah, I was not nervous, actually. All I'm going to say is, Saka, you've got some running for your money now.
I'm going to come to that. So, Seema, see, last season we had horrific injuries.
Yeah.
Within, obviously, William Saliba, Martin Odegaard, Kai Havertz, and Saka.
Yeah.
This season, we've started the season in the exact same manner. We've got the same players out.
Yeah.
And we don't actually even see that they're actually out.
No, I think, I think we're set. I think Arteta's got the right people in. We've got the I remember we actually had this conversation last season as well. Oh yeah, we've got a great second team, but actually the amount of injuries we had, we didn't have a second team. But now we actually do have a second team. So
the strength and depth is phenomenal. And what you just touched on it, so I really do want to get your take on that. Because I was listening to a few podcasts on the way back from the game on the train. But Madueke, we have a stigma of signing Chelsea players.
Yeah.
And Arsenal fans hate us signing Chelsea players. So therefore, the second that someone comes in is ridiculous.
No.
Did Market Madueke shut all these Arsenal fans up?
Oh, 100%. You could see that from the crowd. Like literally a couple of minutes in, and thank you. And they were all right behind him. And that's what everybody was saying. Madueke, he's there for the taking now. Saka's right wing. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. And then I've seen TikToks where Chelsea fans are saying, what the hell were you doing, Chelsea? Getting rid of him.
Yeah. I know what Chelsea were doing, Seema, or my take on it. Like, I know, I don't know 100%, but I think that they sell off talent that are on the books so they can spend 5 times that. I don't like this is a bit against financial fair play.
Yeah.
And so selling at Madueke, they could then, for say 50 million straight on the books, they could go and spend 250 million. And so that's where the cycle works, and that's kind of the way Chelsea. Todd Bowley is basically wanting his money inside that football club to get it running quicker.
Yeah.
to get up to Arsenal standards.
Yeah.
Do it within like a year, 2 years, 3 years, maybe rather than 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
But that's why they sold them. But Madueke was. I'm not like Seema. I honestly want to get your take on this, but for me, I love Saka. We all love Saka, but I
We all.
think Saka is very one-dimensional at times,
Mm-hmm.
and he always
He
comes in.
didn't have a choice, Mark. He didn't have a choice. We didn't have anybody else to back, to put in his
Yeah,
place. Nothing at his level to put in his place, right? But now we have the options, which then makes it easier that Saka's not going to be overworked.
yeah. But Madueke yesterday kind of took on both angles, and I'm privileged tonight. I've got another female on the show.
Woohoo! Hi,
Hello,
Aisha.
Aisha. Is she there?
Oh, hello. Can you hear me?
Yep, we
Yeah.
can. Hi.
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good.
We're good. We're just speaking about Madueke, and what was your take, Aisha? And I only found out today that you were actually at the game. You should have said.
Well, the reason I didn't, well, I was going, and I did go, but my dad, because of everything going on in London, my dad actually dropped us there and picked us up. So I had zero chance to go and speak to anybody and be around anybody because he literally dropped
Yeah.
us at Highbury in Islington and picked us up at Highbury in Islington.
Yeah.
So, because it was, it was a bit crazy going up in London yesterday.
Yeah.
It
Uh,
was. It was actually like it really was.
Yeah.
But Aisha, what was your take on Madueke yesterday?
Oh, I thought he was great, and I really, when we were signing him, and there was so much stick from Arsenal fans about signing another Chelsea player.
Chelsea,
I was
yeah.
like, give this kid a chance. I mean, the thing is, for me, when they go, "Oh, Chelsea scrap heap," I can't remember who I said this to, but I said that actually we're looking at it backwards because a lot of these kids that end up getting bought at Chelsea and then they end up on these stupid 10-year contracts and then they never play. When they come to us, they're not burnt out and on the scrap heap. They're fired up and ready to go, and
Yeah.
they just want to play. And I think we've seen that with him. I think he scored in the England game as well last week.
Yeah, he did really well actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, he really shone out in the England game.
I think it's great, and I think yesterday the fact that Rice came on for the second half
Yeah.
for the last 20, 30 minutes proves that we've got enough depth now that we can give our star players a rest.
Yeah, that's
And
exactly what I was saying. Yeah.
and I think that's a tremendous thing. I mean, yeah, I mean we did still miss Saka, if you ask me. I think we always miss him when he's not there. He just adds that extra something. But the bottom line is losing to Liverpool was what it was, but yesterday was such an important game because it's teams like Nottingham Forest, the Newcastles, the Aston Villas of this world that we drop points against. So the fact that we beat them 3-0 was, I think it's a good start to the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. I'm going to ask you, like, and try not to be biased when you say this, but I want both of you to think the best right back in the Premier League. Is there a debate?
Between who and who?
Timber and Timber. Is there actually a debate? Can any you two guys chuck a name that even gets close to this kid?
Not off the top of my head, if
Seema?
I'm totally honest.
No.
I don't think there is one.
No. I mean, he was really good yesterday.
But Seema's always good. His standards are so high.
No, he's had some not so good days. He has. You know
Has
that
he?
as well. Yeah, he has. But
I
yesterday he
don't-
was really good. Yesterday there was a few times I felt they weren't communicating, and maybe because they're just still very new and they haven't clicked, But you're talking about Tim, but I want to talk about Mascara.
Yeah.
I was coming to him. I was coming to him.
He's been taught right, yeah. Saliba, he's Saliba's protege. So, he's learning very well off him, I reckon. But
20-year-old.
At some point, did he look like, Partey to you as well?
I'm not sure about Partey, but a bit like Mascara coming in. See the way he's came in. I don't like. I can't even actually get my head around this. How can you replace arguably one of the top 5 best defenders in the world, and you just came in 2 games, and it's nothing. That it doesn't even make sense to me. That does not make sense to me.
What does it make sense? What do you mean?
That he is that comfortable, and he makes Arsenal look that comfortable.
Why?
He's
21 years old. He needs to prove a point. He's got fire in the belly. What more would you want?
No, I'm saying no. And see, mate, I'm like I love this kid. I'm saying is I don't understand how he is capable of being that good this soon. I just William Saliba could fall out in the Arsenal defence, and he could come in and replace him, and you don't even notice that Saliba's not there.
But
He was phenomenal.
Isn't it just as good that Ethan and Weri also, Odegaard gets injured, he just slots into Odegaard's role, and look at him.
Well, that's the next argument for you guys, right? Ayesha, do you want to touch on Masquera? I'm going to bitch on his name. Do you want to touch on him with your thoughts, and then I'm going to go into Ethan and Odegaard?
I just thought he was absolutely incredible. And the thing is, just to sort of reiterate Seema's point, is that it used to be, we had a real shift in the Premier League. It used to be a lot of these younger players were brought in the last 5-10 minutes when the superstars were getting a bit worn out, or maybe there was an international coming up and there was pressure that they didn't get injured, so they slotted these kids in as a way to sort of ease the just carry on the game, especially if a team was like 2 or 3-0 up, whatever. You're not getting that anymore. You're getting these young players are so confident in their abilities. They're working so hard. They have got such a fearlessness. They don't want to come in and be Saliba or Gabriel's understudy. They want to come in and be Saliba and Gabriel when Saliba and Gabriel might need a rotation for the whole game, not the last 20 minutes.
But did you not think, see the way that these kids are playing? I actually, and I'm not jumping the gun, right? But Madueke and also Mascara, I actually think they're saying, fuck you, I'm taking your place.
Why not?
I don't.
Yeah, but why not? That's the attitude they should have. They shouldn't.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the old days, these kids would have just been played on Carling Cup games. Now, if they're played on, I'll say Carling Cup because I'm old school, but I was Carabao Cup. But now, if you're a supporter and all you can get because of waiting lists and whatever is those tickets, you are not in for some B-list team that maybe you might get your Omris coming on for the last 5 minutes just to give the crowd a bit of a pleaser. You're getting kids that play every week. You're getting the shadow team, if you like you have a shadow government. You're getting the shadow team. You're getting the team that comes on the rotation. You're still getting to see the players that you see every single week on the team sheets. That's showing real good depth and a real good thinking with Arsenal that you haven't seen in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
I agree.
There was one point when he bought on Martinelli, and all I heard from people behind me was not even 5 minutes into the game when Martinelli's running down the wing, with the ball, and all of a sudden he stops. He goes backwards, and straight away people were saying, "Well, that hasn't changed then, has it? Because he's still playing the old way when we want to move forward." And the other two that he took off, Madueke and Eze, he took Eze off, right? So because he bought on Trossard and Martinelli, and they were like, "What's going on here?" That's the difference between the new blood and the old blood. So Martinelli's going to lose his place.
100%. But Seema, you touched on Ethan, and I thought Ethan was actually amazing. I really did think he was amazing. But do you think Odegaard's got Do you think Odegaard's got an issue here?
Well, he did get injured playing for his country, so he has come into it. And but then, the way he fell, come on, you feel for that, right?
But do you think Ethan has got that attitude like, I'm
Okay.
ready to take your place?
Ethan is also Odegaard's protege.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
he learned from the best. So he's going to come in with that attitude, with that positivity, with that thrive. He's young. He's he's turned 19. So again, fire in the belly. And he's got a lot to prove. And where else the best place to prove? Centre stage at the Emirates.
But I think Odegaard might have an issue getting back into the side if
Well, he might do, but then that's up to him to buck up, because it just doesn't mean that you were there
100%,
before
yeah.
that you're going to get the space. Yes, you're the captain. He was voted by all the players, right? But again, that still doesn't mean you're the best. And right now, this is the best ever chance that we're going to have to go for the league.
Yeah.
I think it's the season. See, if I ask both of you, right? Because this is a burning question for me. I've always said that this season, obviously, with the players that we brought in, this is the end of the project. It has to be. There's no way that Arsenal goes
I
like
know what you're going to ask, and actually, this is Ian and I were having this conversation last night. Carry on, Mark.
If Arteta does not win.
Oh God! Do you know what? If I was sitting opposite you, I'll smack you one.
You can spank me later.
I'm so sick and tired of you bringing this up all the time.
No, I'm not bringing it up. I'm just saying.
You're just going to say it.
No, are you comfortable with Arsenal not winning a trophy and continuing to progress in the way that we are, when it's obvious that we're at the end of the project, or does Arteta need to deliver now? I'm not slating Arteta. I love Arteta. You know that, Sina. Do. I absolutely love
in, Mark. We're 5 games in. We haven't started our Champions League road yet. We haven't got into the Carabao Cup yet. So let's just play a game. Let's have this conversation maybe 15 games in. And that's Premier League games, not everything included. Let's talk about it then. Not now.
I want to also add, right, is that Arteta is 6 months older than me. And every single year when we get our GCSE results through, I panic every single year because I have done everything possible in my power to get these kids to where they need to be. Yeah. But at the end of the day, what will be, and you can only take them so far and then follow what you want them to, right? I don't run the risk of getting sacked every year if my kids don't massively perform, because that's not the way it works. And I often do sit and think, when I think about this sort of analogy I'm making here, I do often think Arteta is 6 months older than me. I don't know the pressure he must be feeling if I have mini freakouts over that. Okay. So for me, he could do everything within his power, but if the board are not with him, or the board don't do what he wants, or the players that he's trying to deal with are not performing on the day like he's tried to coach, why should he be the one to get sacked? Why should he be the one to fall on the sword? And this conversation that happens about managers, these managers that get sacked because the team isn't performing, yes, it's Arteta's project, but at the same time, why does the conversation always come back to if he's worthy of being the manager? Why isn't it, is that player worthy of the shirt? Is that person worthy of being on the board? We always put it at the feet of Arteta.
But Aisha, I get that, right? But this conversation is going to be hard all season, all the way through. Honestly, I can't irritate it enough. I can't say enough. I love Arteta.
Yeah, I know you do.
But how long do you go without Arsenal Football Club winning a trophy? We're too big not to be winning silverware, Aisha. So you've got to understand that.
No, I do understand that, but what I'm saying is, I think it's the level. I think I come at it from a different angle because, like I said to you, there is 6 months between us. So I think about the pressure that must be on his shoulders, and I have a certain amount of empathy for that because the angle I'm coming from. But of course, at the end of the day, I do want my team to win trophies. I'm not stupid. I know that that's the end game. At the end of the day, I would just my biggest fear of Arteta getting sacked, if this is or isn't the end of his project, is who are we going to get to replace him?
Yeah,
One
exactly.
thing. Who are we going to get to replace him? And the other thing is, if he's building this empire and he's building these things around, is somebody going to be able to come in and carry on what he's done, or are we just going to go backwards? And let's face it, Pep's not long. He'll leave City soon. The only place Arteta's going to go is back to City. And do you want to be giving them all our secrets? Because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, Aisha, I hear that. You're breaking up slightly, sweetheart. But I do hear that 100%. And I want Arteta to have that Champions League above his head. I think that he's that good a manager. But this conversation is going to rear its ugly head. So, Seema, can we speak about Zubimendi?
Oh yes, let's do this. I mean, my take on it was he really stepped up yesterday, and he shut those people up that were badgering him after the Liverpool game.
Yep.
So, I mean, like, wow, what a strike, what a goal. Hey, watch me do it with my foot, and then watch me do it with my head. So, you know, I was blown away. To be honest, I was one of those that criticized him at the Liverpool game. You know, I was disappointed in his performance. Yeah, I was. I'm going to put my hands up and say, but do you know what? Zubimendi, you shut me up. So, mark out.
Mr. Tom, I told you we were going to smash Forest. You didn't believe me. I told you we would smash Leeds. You didn't believe me, bro. Keep getting with it. And then tell your nan that I said hi. That's a private joke. But
Okay.
anyway, Richard, if you stop there, is there any possible way that you could get the sunglasses off the screen?
He's controlling Mark, by the way.
Yeah, Aisha's dropped off.
Oh, yes.
But no, Zubimendi was honestly phenomenal.
He was, yeah.
He was honestly phenomenal. And again,
to be so short and give a header, brilliant.
do you know what? See, the way that he attacked that was actually unbelievable.
Yeah.
But to see with like all these players out, see, man, and I think that took me. I think that was the one thing I will take for this trip. And I was sitting in the hotel before going to the game, and there's Forest fans there, and we got speaking. And I said, "What a downgrade that you've had to come from Nuno to Ange as a manager."
Yeah.
And they were saying that it's run its course, it had to happen. And I think they've got blinkers on, or they just see it differently to us. But maybe not. Maybe they see their club the way that I see Arsenal. Obviously they do. They're really nice guys, by the way. But I told them that this was the worst time to face Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because see, last season when we had Odegaard, Saliba, Saka, Havertz out injured, we were bringing on left backs, you know.
Yeah.
This season, yesterday, we're bringing on Martinelli, Trossards. Like, the strength and depth in this side is just like, it is phenomenal.
It is. It is. It's very exciting to be an Arsenal fan. And actually, when I came out of the game, all I wanted to say was, "I love my club." That was it, because it was just so. The feeling that everybody had coming out of the club was just amazing.
I totally get that, Stephen. But when you came outside
to you.
No, but when you came outside the stadium, you were actually saying, "Mark, I love you."
No, I was saying I love my club. I wasn't saying
you said, "Mark, I love you."
I've got to see you again.
No, you said, "I love Mark."
You were too. Drunks.
It was carnage. It was absolutely carnage.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyways, let's move on.
yeah. So, Seema, we've got Champions League coming up midweek.
Yeah.
Many changes, do you think?
I think he can afford to. He can afford to start, start Martinelli, start Trossard, and then bring on, he can swap. And one thing I wasn't really happy with yesterday was that he made the changes at 77 minutes. It was like he was going back to the old Arteta.
Yeah.
I like the fact that when he did it in the 66th minute.
Yeah.
There's just more grip to the game. Whereas at 77 minutes, we're almost panicking. I mean, I know we were comfortable. It was 3-0, but again.
But no, I get that. I get that point. I do get that point because it used to frustrate me over, well, not used to. It still is like a bugbear of mine, see me.
Yeah.
When we're drawing games, etc. But do you know what? I see one of the goals yesterday was like it really showed me where we've been lacking over a number of years. And that was the Eze to Jokeris goal.
Okay.
We have not played. I think was it Calafiori that put the ball over to Eze.
Yeah.
And then Eze just put it in first time and scored.
Yeah.
I don't think Arsenal have done that in a fair amount of time, Seema.
Yeah, they haven't. And it was so good to see. It was almost like, even you could see, right, Calafiori was enjoying the football. He was enjoying playing.
I thought Calafiori was also brilliant.
He was really good, yeah.
Just checking, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, right, okay.
Was he being taught by the linesman how to throw the ball?
I've not seen that, but I did.
He's like,
Love you.
like this. So funny. Imagine the set piece coach looking and going, "Who the hell are you?"
I dictate the shots here, not you. So, Aisha, do you expect many changes for the Champions League on Tuesday and then Man City next week?
I think being so early on in the Champions League, we're going to see quite a few players rested because I think the way City played today, I think Arteta's going to want to make sure that our defence is watertight because of the way that Haaland seemed to be back on form. So saying that though, I mean, bloody Man United's defence is terrible, but at the end of the day, you still have to be careful. And if I remember correctly, it was about this time last season we were having the same conversation because Man City were we had a Champions League game, we rested a load of players, and we had Man City on the Sunday.
Yeah,
I am more than sure that is what happened this time last season.
pretty much. Like Aisha, I've got one more question for you. Have you ever tried to blow bagpipes?
Oh, Mark, do you know what? When you get hold of a joke, you just never let it go. It's like get some new material, please.
Shall we just do this podcast ourselves and just get rid of him?
I'm just going to have to agree to that one.
Aisha, you done.
Can we get on with the podcast, Mark?
Yeah, right. What's your next question then? You peel one up.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hello.
Right. I done the bagpipe one. It didn't go down well with two females, and I'm not one to argue. So.
Okay. So I mean, let's talk about Raya. It was his 100th appearance.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you feel he did yesterday? He didn't actually have much to do, right?
No, I didn't think he had much to do. I thought it was very quiet, to be honest.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm glad you brought that up, Seema. And you brought that up. And I say hashtag Mark out.
Put it up.
Brian, I hope you're watching this because Seema brought that up. Mr. Tom, fuck you. But Seema brought that up, not me. But see, a sign a world-class goalkeeper is one that always has to do one thing during the game, and his concentration levels are that top notch that he's actually able to do that. So David Rea, absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm going to give him a 9. I would give him a 9
Okay.
for just being able to still be in that moment and still be with Arsenal and concentrate that much. But the concentration levels when you're doing nothing could go. But
Yeah.
for me, I thought, honestly, absolutely.
Who would you have given man of the match to?
For me, I would have gave it to. I want to say Madueke because I want him to get man of the match and he deserved man of the match. But how could you not give it to Zubimendi?
Yeah, I was thinking Zubimendi.
Yeah.
But I want to give it to Madueke. I heard all these negative Arsenal fans, these Arsenals online, with all their bullshit against this kid, thinking that Arsenal saying,
Do you know what? Listen, there's a Churchill quote. If you have something to do with if you have enemies good, it means you're doing something right. And I always think with Arsenal supporters, they'll moan about anything, but if they're really moaning about something, you know that someone's kicking a hornet's nest, which isn't a bad move. But for me, I actually saw Arsenal fans in the summer complaining we'd spent too much money.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was like, you what? Like, really?
Yeah.
I'd give him man of the match 100% because Zubimendi, because I just thought he had a cracking game. But I do agree with you, Mark. Madueke, I wanted to give him man of the match as well.
Yeah, I want the guy to have his flowers, but it's unfortunate that Zubimendi pulled out the show that he did. But he did, yeah.
And also the other thing I'd like to and get your opinion on is today I watched the Manchester Derby, right? I am so fucking glad we didn't buy Sesko.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually thought the same thing.
I mean, did he even touch the ball in that game? Because literally the second half, I don't even think he was there.
Do you know what? There's a famous podcast, well, not famous podcaster, but there is one out there, right? He's well known, Man United fan, and he actually put out a video. I'm going to share it in the group. I'll find it tomorrow when I've recovered, and he shared it in the group. Sorry, I'll share it in the group. He put Arsenal were about to sign Tesco when they could get Gyökeres as the real striker. And it's so funny. Honestly, it's the most hilarious thing that you could ever see. Then we sign Gyökeres and he ends up with Sesko. It's just I will share that clip. I'll find it and I will share it in.
Okay.
But it is absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I didn't see the Manchester Derby, unfortunately. Mark, who's your favourite?
There was only a reason I watched it is because I wanted to see how City were going to be, because we're going to be playing them. So I really want.
He's a bad man. He's a bad man.
No, but I mean that was the reason I wanted to see how our defenders would, fare up against Haaland. And to be honest, I think we'd sweep them off the floor.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. So anyway, the last thing before we shut this down, because we.
Oh, he shut himself down. Brilliant, Aisha. That was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know what I pressed, but I'm going to take credit for it. So
yeah. I told you to shut him up.
Yeah. I must admit the bagpipes joke is like proper old now. He needs to get some new
on. Just move on.
But what's your prediction for the score on Tuesday? Let's keep this professional. Yeah. What's your prediction for the score next week? The Champions League, then the Man City game.
Do you know what? I have a feeling we'd probably be 4-1 to us.
For which one? The Tuesday game?
Yeah, Tuesday game, yeah. And the City game, I reckon I'm going to take it to 2-1. We're going to beat them 2-1.
Yeah, I've got a feeling 2-1 they score first.
Yeah, that's the only thing. But do you know what? I don't think so. I think this time round, it's going to be a bit. But even though yesterday, right, they looked a bit shaky in the first 5 minutes, right? It was a settling down period, wasn't it? It was almost like it was. Yeah, they to me they looked nervous, and then like sort of 10 minutes in, I think we were sailing through. Oh, hello, Mark's Richard.
Mark's laptop's died, so I'm here to run through it.
We thought the internet had heard us and shut him down.
Yeah, the internet gods had spoken, we thought.
So we're just talking about what we think the results might be for the Champions League game and against City. So I've gone 4-1 for the Champions League and 2-1 for the City. Aisha's done the same, but she reckons that City are going to score first.
Yeah, I'd have said I'd agree 2-1 for City for City game. I was expecting a clean sheet against Bilbao, and I was going to go 3-0.
Yeah, I said 4-1 for some reason.
I mean, I'd like a 4-0, but I don't see Bilbao even with Kepa in goal giving us too much worry there. It's just that. But I think City and Haaland, isn't it? I mean, we have learned to keep him quiet, but they're still a threat.
Yeah. And also, can I just go back to the game yesterday? How happy does Eze look when he's playing?
You know, we said the exact same thing.
Yeah. There was something you were going to say, Aisha, that you had this conversation with your husband. I can't remember what it was now. It
was basically, I never like having that conversation about Arteta, but we were sat watching Match of the Day, and Ian said, the thing is, how much more is Arteta going to say he's building with this team? Surely he's got to start delivering now, or the pressure's going to be on. So he worded it a little bit different to how Mark does, but I think the sentiment was the same. It was, it was more coming from the fact of how are we going to be able to keep the Arteta out brigade quiet when it's quite obvious we're still building, or are we still building? But I don't think you ever really stop building, to be honest. I think that you're always looking for that. So that's why I don't think it's fair to say the project, is over, or it's not over, or it's done, or it's not. At the end of the day, we are 5 games in. It's like I had Arsenal fans who I'm friends with going, our season's done when we lost to Liverpool. And I was like, are you having a laugh? See, I could say season's done. It would be typical Arsenal, right, to lose to what is traditionally the big 3 and win the league.
Yeah.
Whereas last season, we beat or drew with all of the major players that were title contenders. But because we slipped up against so many silly teams, that's what cost us. But it would be just Arsenal, the way that Arsenal are, that they would lose to City, they would lose to Liverpool, and they could still win the league. So it's too early for me to say what it is and it isn't.
Bye. Thank you for coming on, Ange. Thank you. And good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Ange.
Yeah. Sorry, Richard, you were going to say?
Yeah, I mean, my thing is that if you look at that, even with that Liverpool game, we haven't conceded a goal from open play, and that was a wonder goal. So you sometimes you've just got to hold your hands up and say you've been beaten by something special on the day. They didn't outclass us.
Then what about today? Burnley was so good and systematic in not letting them score. How lucky were they?
Oh yeah, you sometimes the thing, isn't it? I mean, whether you like Liverpool or not, or you think they get favours or not, it is totally irrelevant. They get through by hook or crook, and that is a sign of a very good team. You've got to feel gutted for Burnley because those sort of things can get you relegated,
Okay.
can't they?
And what did Klopp say in his not Klopp, Van Dijk say in his post-match interview? Oh, we deserve to win.
Well, I mean, they were the better team. It's not.
Yeah, they had 93%
They,
possession.
yeah, they were just poor in the in that final third. And if that had been us and our Arteta, we'd have got slaughtered.
Okay.
I've got a stat for you here.
Go
My
on.
husband, right? So Ian is sat downstairs with William, who's
Yeah.
asleep on the changing mat on the sofa. Don't ask, my son is weird. But he's just texted me this from upstairs because he didn't want to shout it up the stairs and wake the baby up. Paddy Power put this out today. Nice milestone for Amorim. He has now lost more Premier League games in 10 months than Arsenal lost in the previous 3 seasons combined.
Okay.
That is quite terrifying, isn't it?
That is.
But on the other hand, just goes to show how tight the Premier League is every year.
Yeah.
That if you've only got to lose 4 or 5 games and you're out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also goes to show that when these pundits want to bring a manager down and have him sacked, they will keep bringing out these stats.
Yeah, that is very true. That was Paddy Power. So that's obviously
even them. I mean, why can't they get in on the game? Because they're going to earn money from these stats.
Of course they are, because people are then going to bet on that, aren't they? They're going to bet that he's going to lose an 11th one.
Amorim to go.
The other thing though that I found quite interesting about the game yesterday is there seems to be a lot more electricity in the ground. We're just going back to our game yesterday, where I feel like there's a lot behind the team. You always get that optimism at the beginning of the season, but I feel like there's a real feeling that the crowd is the 12th man now. And that's always something that really winds me up when I watch a Liverpool game. They only ever start singing and cheering when they've scored, and then you hear them all. Other than that, they're as silent as anything. But you say about that Liverpool game today, Van Dijk, well, he's going to say that, but I had this conversation in the car. We were coming back from somewhere. I said, you know what? We're all really quick to go, oh, Man City's corrupt. Now it's all bloody typical Liverpool. But actually, the common denominator for me is always the refs. If the refs want someone to win that season, there will be some dubious decisions that will go their way. This is not the first time this has happened with Liverpool. It's not the first 100%. Time they'll end up with like 8 minutes added on a game, right? And the season we went 49 games unbeaten. I think I've said this before, but the season we went 49 games unbeaten, they wanted us to go 49 games unbeaten because it brought untold sort of precedent of attention to the Premier League that this club was doing this way before VAR. And I think it was against Southampton. Don't quote me. You'll have to look this one up. I know Richard's really good with his stats. There was a team in the 89th minute got a penalty way before VAR. And that team got that decision overturned. It was like the first time it had happened in so many years of the English footballing league. And that was, I am convinced, that is because they didn't want us to lose our unbeaten run. Okay, so whoever they want to win or do something, that is, and I just think they're doing it with Liverpool this season. They've done it from last season. They've done it with Man City before. And it, I don't know. I'm not into conspiracy theories. You guys tell me what you think, but I do think it stinks sometimes.
Well, there was controversial decisions made in the Chelsea game yesterday, because if Chelsea had beaten Brentford, they would have gone above us.
Did you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm on my phone. Rather than my laptop. Sorry, my laptop died. I do apologise for that. Richards came in to close us down. Aisha, I do hear that. But the last question I was going to ask before I shut down, and I've tried to put this in the group chat. I obviously, sadly, watched an accident of an Uber driver getting knocked down, and on Friday night. The question I've got to all of you: do you think that customer got a refund, or do you think the cinema money on top?
What's that with football?
I was
Has
down
he
to
come
watch
into the wrong household or something?
Richard, chuck him out.
Has he
Oh,
come into
that's my fault because I put that question. I put that in the chat. I said to Mr. Tom, don't call Mark and ever call Mark an Uber. It ends badly.
Yeah.
No, seriously, did that person get a refund?
No,
I wouldn't know.
can we go back to just finishing off, right? Eze,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, I felt
And
like he
get
was
told
really
off.
enjoying himself and he wasn't selfish.
No,
You know,
no, I
he was
thought that.
passing the ball, so Gokares could score and, I actually really enjoyed watching him.
Yeah. He loves
Do you
being
know
there.
what?
He's home, isn't he? This is the
Yes,
thing. He feels like
100% home.
Ange
Do you
actually said
know?
that before she left. She said Eze is back home. I do feel he's. By the way, just really quickly, did any of you guys see outside the ground yesterday? There was two people dressed up for charity that were actually dressed up as Gokares and Zaka, and they were giving.
Yeah,
You could have your
I saw
picture
that.
taken with them.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah,
Yeah.
as we
They
came
were,
through.
they were doing interviews, but I tried to avoid them. I was like, oh, not
No,
this time. No.
he only wanted a cuddle from Robbie and Lee Judges.
Anyway,
Right, let's not talk about me. Let's not talk about me. It was a wild weekend. It was a wild weekend.
okay, Mark, what's your prediction for the Champions League game?
6-0 Arsenal. I just can't see past this Arsenal side. We've got the best defence in Europe.
Okay.
Like, there's no team in the world that could lose a Saliba and you don't even notice it.
But will he be back? Will he be
I
ready
think
for Tuesday?
no, I think he's fit. I think he's fit.
Yeah.
I think he's fit. But
Yeah, he was. Arteta said he was just not. He just was a couple of days short for the Forest game, so there was no. He didn't want to risk
this kid's
it.
20-year-old. Like this kid is freaking 20-year-old, and he's coming in and playing like that in the centre defence. Richard, see what Arteta's created is a monster.
Okay, can I ask a question? One last, really a good one to sort of finish us.
Yes, yeah.
If you could take any Arsenal player from the past and put them in to complement this side to make them an unstoppable side,
I've
what
got it.
one player would it be?
The best player that's ever played for our football club, Dennis Bergkamp.
I was literally going to say Bergkamp as well.
Bergkamp in there.
I wouldn't have an argument against that. Dennis Bergkamp in
I
this
was
side.
going to say Bergkamp too.
That's so weird you're saying that, because for me it was either Dennis Bergkamp or Mark Overmars.
Oh, Mark
Oh, yeah.
Overmars is so good.
Overmars was good. But no,
He is-
Bergkamp's different gravy, Aisha. There's no conversation on Bergkamp.
And the reason I think you're so right about Bergkamp, and it's weird we all thought the same thing, because he's got the same presence for me as like Erdegaard.
Yeah.
Like there's a whole, and I just think he would, the zen that's with that team, oh my God, he would just work so well with them. I think it would have been, incredible.
I think you could get the goals from I think you could get the goals from our attacking guys like Henry. I love Henry. Let's not pretend that we don't love him. But I think you would get the goals there. However, it's that creative spark. And the one thing that Odegaard pissed me off last season, and I will defend this guy. I love Odegaard. I will defend him to the hill. However, I am absolutely dog shit pissed off with him for dropping back to my 18-yard box to pick up the ball. We've got players there that can progress the ball forward. We saw a lot of that. I gave Odegaard slack last year. He was amazing, and I protect him through his injury, etc., that he had with Norway. Odegaard needs to step his fucking game up. Or he will be another one on the short list. Seriously, he'll be out at this football club.
Just going back a minute, the only other one that I think would work amazing with this team if we took Arsenal legends from the past is actually Ian Wright. Because if you think Ranieri, Lewis Skelly, Eze, Zaka. Can you imagine him working with them?
Yeah, the other one I was thinking of was Liam Brady.
Oh, Liam Brady, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not think that, like, see, in this current Arsenal setup, that's why I brought Bergkamp into it. Do you not think in this current Arsenal setup, we need to progress the ball forward more quickly? We saw that yesterday. We got glimpses of what we can do. So the Premier League, be frightened, by the way, because you're about to see something disastrous come your way. Once these players click, it's there. I think Odegaard at times tries to be too intricate, and he doesn't have to be. Ethan came on, made it simple, and it was just the balls going forward. Forrest couldn't cope with it. I don't know if you guys see it the way I see it, but
Well, we actually see the whole game, Mark. Unlike some people who only make it for half a game.
You've also got to remember they've got a better view.
Seema, I had no adult supervision this whole trip. You left me to my own devices, and look what happened. An Uber driver's getting knocked down. There's carnage in London. It was nothing to do with me.
Mark, FYI, don't come to London. Just stay in Scotland.
Yeah, I will say that. Yeah, I mean the ladies do have the best view. Seema at club level, and where Aisha sits in.
Seema was in a
that,
box.
that those are the best views you get of the whole match.
Seema met me after the game, and it took 45 minutes for her to get out after she went through all the royalties that she normally does.
Yeah, but we're 35 minutes of those was waiting for you to come down to see her.
Do you know what? Aisha, he was coming down those steps, okay? You know, by the media entrance, okay?
Yeah.
You know, he was coming down those steps one step at a time.
I'm not just taking it easy.
That's why.
See, and it's proven because Richard was walking with him.
Seema, do you know where the media entrance is? The stairs you go up there.
Yeah.
That's basically where I sit because I'm in turnstile E.
Because I go through that entrance there, number 83.
Oh, is that the one? Oh, because we go through turnstile E. We're in block 103.
Oh, you're right. So you literally go up the same steps that I go up all the time.
And how have I never seen you there?
No, weird, isn't it?
That's mad.
And I sit outside with Emerson a lot of the time because that's where the meetup is.
Yeah, because Emerson is brilliant. I love Emerson.
Yeah.
Do you know what was actually funny? Was it you, Richard, that actually put it out to me? Tom Canton actually walked in, and I hope you're watching this because I found it fucking hilarious. Tom Canton walked into the media room, and I burst out laughing, and I think that was Richard. It was definitely Richard. And I phoned him and said, Tom Canton's just walked in, and Richard said to me, do you not think you should approach him and say, what did I do wrong to get blocked? And I actually replied to Richard to say, Tom, could you explain to me what I'd done correctly to get blocked by you? Going in. I'm glad I got blocked from Tom Cannon, honestly. The guy is an arrogant bastard. So, Tom, if you're watching this,
can we wrap this up?
Yeah. Richard has to speak off.
Yeah, you know, he said he didn't want to be anywhere near me. Yeah. He was all touchy-feely and kissy-kissy with me on the way down. Those steps after you left.
Richard.
That's what happens when you get zero adult supervision. Seema, you failed me this weekend.
I know. I'm so glad I did.
I told you, you were giving me around the back of them for what the antics I go up to.
This is a football podcast, so stop talking about you. I don't want to talk about you.
So
I want to talk about
yeah.
you.
So if we're ready,
yeah,
are we ready?
Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, thanks.
Everyone is
So
watching. Thank you so much.
for watching
Champions League, here we come.
and jumping on.
No
Yeah,
problem.
and we'll see you Tuesday.
See you Tuesday.